Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Siat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiyam across the world who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And may the election be upon your households. Khan Shalom. So today, I want to make a video about that, having a lot of money in this world don't mean shit, man, because it won't buy you happiness, alright? Just like this video that I just watched from a soccer player, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He was a pretty famous soccer player, a good one also, number 9. But he basically says, like, all the money that I had versus when I had no money is almost no difference when it comes to happiness, So I'm gonna play that video, and then I'm gonna grab some scriptures upon it to show you that it actually is like that, man. This life in this society, it will not make you satisfied in no form or no way. All right. So let's see.
Money creates problems, even in families. Money brings stress. The more you have, the more stress. And where is the stop? You could live a good life with normal money. But what is normal money now? I've been on the both sides. I've been without money, grew up with a family where my father made €1,000 and we have to share it. Not share it, it was his. He gave me whenever I needed. But I had a good life. I had it good at that moment. So
were you happier
where
then?
is the stop?
Were you happier then?
But what is happiness?
Well, you tell me.
It's moments. I'm happy now. In 10 minutes, I could be unhappy. So it's moments. Money makes it easier, makes your life easier, but I don't think it gives you happiness. Because for me, happiness is moments. My dream was come to Barcelona. After 1 year was my nightmare. It's moments. But I agree with you. I think when it comes to having a lot of money, it's an ego thing. Because your life will not change. Let's say the Saudi situation now. A player that made a lot of money goes there to make even crazy more money. Does it change your life? Because I will tell you, you will die before you waste your money you already earned than the money you get in Saudi. So it will not make a difference. Money creates problems.
So basically what he's saying, is true, man. Okay. The money that you have, to a certain degree, you might get happiness because you have, a lot to spend. But after a while, what else do you need besides a roof over your head, shower, clean clothing, and food? All right. And of course, loved ones around you. Okay. After a while, you're gonna be like, you're not satisfied anymore. All right. Now, there's a scripture which shows you in the book of Luke. Let me see, Luke chapter 12, which perfectly explains this situation. Like, you think you're gonna get money, and more money, and more money, and build up for what? The time that you spent in building up that money, before you can spend it, you're already dead. All right. So let's see. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 16. And it says here, "And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits." So this man had basically a big land, a big part of land, and basically he run out of room, and he said, "This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater." So he thought, like, okay, I'm gonna expand, build an even greater business, so to speak, when you link it to this society. You have a business, but you want to keep expanding. You're never satisfied, right? "And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry." So all these years he's been, gathering up all these goods, building his business and things like that, and be like, yeah, I'm finally I'm gonna be able to rest and drink and do whatever I want, But the most Salakia, wait. But the Most High said unto him, "Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee." Basically means he is going to die today. "Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided?" Then all the thing that he has gathered, for who will it be? It will certainly not be for him. All right. So is he that laid up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High. All right. So eventually, what is important for us is to not try to really build riches upon riches in this society, with Esau's face on the money, but basically build upon riches and riches for Yahweh Bashim Yashai and His truth. Okay, when we go to the book of Matthew chapter 6, it tells us to build up, treasures on high. Let me see. I believe 6 and 19 was it. This is Matthew chapter 6. Let me see. Verse 19, and it says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do it corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal." Yeah, man. When you build businesses here, people can steal away your money, can let your business crumble. All manner of things can go sideways. All right. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. Okay, when neither moth nor rust do it corrupt. So you gotta fear the Most High first and foremost, and study the scriptures, watch videos of breakdowns of certain topics, teach other people concerning the scriptures, wake up our people that we are the real biblical Hebrew Israelites. The so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, the so-called Native Americans. Tell them about the real name of the Most High and His Son, how they look, and how they are described in the scriptures. Try to keep your best, to keep the ways, to keep the laws, to keep the statutes and the commandments that the Most High has put for us in the scriptures. Okay? Those things are basically building up your spiritual bank account, man. And that is what nobody can take away from you if you continue until the end. You see? So it says here again, verse 20, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do it corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." So where you put your treasure and your attention, and basically if you put too much of your attention in worldly things, maybe building your own house, which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But if you put in more attention and put in more work for worldly things than for the truth, then sooner or later, you're gonna start seeing like, hey man, what am I actually doing? This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not gonna give you satisfaction in the end. Like you're constantly busy with it. Sometimes you see something that you really, really want, you work towards it, something worldly, and then when you have it, you'll be like, wow, this was it. And then you'll be like, but wait a minute, because I want this also. No, this gotta be different, man. So you work up to that point, and then when you get it, eventually you'll be again like, wow, is this it? And it just keeps continuing on like some type of crazy cycle, which that is this society, man. Okay, that's why we look for better days for the kingdom to come, because this ain't it, man. Okay, this really ain't it, this society. Now from there, let's go to the book of let me see, 2 Peter's, because we already know that this society will be destroyed, right? With nuclear fire, with laser beams of the chariots, with destructions, which the word destruction is actually funny because, structure, when something is structure, is basically in a good order, but when it's talking about destruction, the whole structure is basically being broken apart. So there's no structure left, man. That is what the society is going to look like eventually. So when you know that, right? And let's say you want to build a house on a beach, but on that beach in 3 months there will be a big tsunami that will wash away everything anyway. Will you still build a house there? Of course not. So in the society also, man, if you know that this society is crumbling, where you really put all your effort and all your hard work and all your tears, sweat, whatever, sleepless nights, 100%, 90%, 80% in this world, or will you do that for the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yashai and have faith that better days will come? Okay, it's up to you to make the decision. You see, where was it again? 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. it says here, 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 11, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved basically, done away with, wasted, all these things, this whole society, okay, because the whole earth itself, the whole planet earth itself will not be basically destroyed, like some type of meteorite will come and destroy everything, like they claim happened to the dinosaurs. But basically this whole infrastructure and its ways and its laws and its governments will be taken out of position and will be basically be cleansed with fire, so to speak. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Okay, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. That is how hot it's gonna be in that time when the nuclear fire comes and the chariots will blast their laser beams. So if this will happen, what will you be busy with most of the time? With the truth, with scriptural things, or with worldly things? It's up to you, man. It's your decision. And we cannot say that we don't have enough time, okay? Because the prophets have been out there, basically day in, day out, making videos, week in, week out, standing on the streets, warning you. All that time that there has been warning, that time is gonna basically be flipped, and it's gonna be a time wherein there won't be any warning anymore, and then you're gonna seek for knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and you won't find it, man. You won't. People won't be able to know what to do anymore in those times, But going back to the point, the money that you have in this world, it's good to have money, right? Because you gotta pay. The first thing popped up in my mind, bills, of course. You gotta pay bills, you gotta pay your rent, you gotta pay for food, for clothing, for shelter. Maybe if you have family or children, you gotta provide for them. So it's, of course, money is a defense. You gotta have money, but it's not necessary to be filthy rich. Okay. Plus, if you have friends that have money, don't just be like, so you have a lot of money, I cannot trust you. I just put you away. Nah, man. The scripture says it's also good to have people around you or friends that have money, because if you are in trouble, they can help you out with certain things, as long as you don't make abuse of it. Okay, you can use them, of course, when you need it. When you, for example, are 2 months behind of paying rent because you lost your job, and you have a friend that is kind of rich, you might ask him like, hey, can I borrow this from you so I can pay my rent, so I keep my house, and then when I have my job, I pay you back, something like that. But not just because your friend has money, you be like, hey, let's go to the hotel this week. You gonna pay, right? Hey, tomorrow let's go out to eat dinner or something else, some crazy restaurant. Making abuse of it. All right. So let me see if I had anything else. Yeah, man. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, because this whole system, this whole world is vanity, is vain, is basically wordless. Alright. And I think this is the last one, then I'm gonna close it off. Let me see. Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 1. I said in mine heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth, therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? So basically the happiness, so-called happiness in this world, he was like, hey man, this is worthless, still worthless, I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting mine heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. I made me great works, I builded me houses, I planted me vineyards, I made me gardens and orchards, and I planted trees in them of all kinds of fruits. Basically he goes on with a whole list of what he is doing, but the labor that you put here in this world is basically for shit. Okay? It's basically for shit. And let me see. Verse 11. And then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit. So all he had done was basically like vain, like wordless, and there was no profit under the sun. Okay, because this whole society is based upon folly, which is esteemed as something great. Okay, let me not go into deep of that because this devil's gonna take this video down immediately. But you know what, the alphabet people. So anyway, it says here one chapter earlier, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 3. What profit had a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? So under the sun, which is the planet Earth. Okay, what profit do you have when you put all this labor in these worldly things, man? None, basically. So I forgot one scripture. Then I'm gonna close it off. Every time we say it, one more scripture. But let me see. Bag of holes. Gone. Haggai chapter 1, verse 6. Okay, so it says here Haggai chapter 1 verse 6, because it's also like you keep working, just to make it at the end of the month, on how do you say that, on the brink of almost surviving and crumbling. You just have enough money to pay bills, pay rent, shit like that, and to buy food and anything. So it's crazy enough already. And that ain't it, man. Okay, sometimes you get even more money, and then when you get a bigger amount of money because of work, or you got some bonus, then all of a sudden a random bill appears out of nowhere, 300 400 euros. Then you still end up with the same money that you had a few months ago when you earned less. So it doesn't matter, basically. A lot of times it don't matter how much money you make. So this is Haggai chapter 1 verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. So you put a lot of work, but you get very little in return in this world. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Basically, when you're earning money and you have a bag where you put the money in, and you're walking, then the money drops out of the bag. Why? Because there's a hole in the bag. Basically, a hole in your pockets. You keep working, you keep earning money, but the money just goes away like that in the second you got paid by your job, for example. So it goes both ways. When you be too poor, it's not good. When you are too rich, it's not good. Somewhere in between, usually that is alright, as long as you focus the most on doing work for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So I hope it is edifying, and with that I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kodash. And I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akyam across the world who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And may the election be upon your households. God Shalom.